Add Astro.
Is that Davia over there? Oh, it's been a while! Let's go say hi! Hey, Navia!
Shh! Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! I'm sorry, did you—
No.
Wait!
Huh? Who do you think you are?
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
My staff is right.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business.
Overworked.
But Philmont can do the job.
Monica, back inside, now!
Huh?
Just do as you're told, and not—
Wow!
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama again. Her name is Savannah. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her. One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness.
I'm sorry.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant. And that's why I'm here.
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now.
Oh, no, not... And besides, I don't really think I'm built for espionage. Yeah.
Paimon will join you.
Oh, guys, it's fine. You don't need to worry about it. A really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosula's tavern.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now. This is a small token from us.
Monica's the one apologizing?
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately.
All right.
Thank you for understanding.
A little highly strung, huh?
Paimon doesn't get it. How did some—
Well, according to Vermont's family, she hasn't always been like this.
Oh, Paimon totally gets it. Huh? Hold on. Find Escoffier?
Escoffier? Could this mean...
Huh? You know that name, Navia?
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
So, who is this Escoffier, anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg. But she recreated the legendary Gâteau de Bourg. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Bourg's history. After the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de Bourg? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell.
Well, but none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food.
The Fortress of Mirabede?
Well, you're right. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long.
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple.
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve? You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out.
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again.
Yes, Chef.
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy.
Oh, no.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef. Well, in her words, the Hotel de Bourg doesn't need her anymore.
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't...
Oh,
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste.
Firmont.
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. He decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion.
Oh, so you know us already.
I certainly am. But I don't work for the Hotel de Bourg anymore. Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then.
That's hard to believe.
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Fiamar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell.
Oh, Monica. I can't believe her! Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has to learn.
Wait, so now she's...
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Wait, she looks like...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
But...
what the heck?
Get up, Monica! If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in...
That's some...
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway.
Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and...
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way?
I mean... Escoffier was strict too, but we all knew that it came from a good place. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just... And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Fleuve Cendre.
Monica, you don't need to call me chef.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own, that banquet was a huge event. And so many staff were involved every step of the way.
Lumaline? What's the...
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects and even lead to nerve damage. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry.
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But you took all the blame. And now look at you.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, the Fleuve Cendre, you say?
Monica, besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef.
If...
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef? So, you do remember who's boss? Escoffier?
What happened to you, Savannah?
You made me the head chef. You're not the boss here anymore.
Whoa.
My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills?
That's...
What happened to not storming in and raising hell?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see something this spicy as soon as Escoffier returned.
Fan Asian?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion?
The traditional way?
That's right! I'm talking, of course, about...
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their dispute. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Huh.
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills. And indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hôtel de Bord into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine.
Reintroduction?
What say you, Escoffier?
Sure, I reinstated it, but
Exhibition. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Board to me.
What? The?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world.
Present and former.
What do you want that old thing for?
Don't take me for a fool. I want your copy.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue. And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Bourg, per the recipe in the Codex. Well,
All right then, let's see how much you've actually... I hope you surprise me, Savannah.
believe me, I'll show you.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea?
I do apologize. I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. So, while I am technically Savannah's boss, it's not really my place to interfere with the business of the kitchen. To be perfectly honest with you, if Escoffier wins, it would be the perfect opportunity for her to talk some sense into Savannah. But anyway, I must say Savannah surprised me with her confidence.
I can't believe I got to witness that firsthand.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back.
Huh? Holding back?
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Okay. That's one case where you can keep your thoughts to your...
Oh, that? Well, back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide. Partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Bourg was made using a special secret ingredient. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 60. Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg. Especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius. And over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex de Bourg.
Paimon's heard this kind of story before.
What? No, of course. Anyway, never mind centuries. And that was it. The end of the Hôtel de Bourg's heyday. It fell into decline. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Vanigem and the restaurant we have today.
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that.
Yes,
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Bourg they sell now is actually Escoffier's reimagination.
Wait,
it did. But like I said, so reimagination is right. As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day,
oh!
Hey now, it might not be the original Gâteau de Bourg. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be, there's no way the recipe would have been lost to history, right?
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the Codex.
Could it be a symbolic thing?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a parting gift. Maybe from her point of view, it's like management doesn't truly see her as being worthy of the...
What?
Who knows? We could speculate forever. It means besting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself. However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still has her chef's pride.
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Froment.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself.
Well, that's easy.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior.
Oh, count me in too. Even if it means competing against the Traveler, so be it. I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The difference in your case is that mise en... Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Parmon's never used anything this weird before. Cool! No, weird.
And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated.
Absolutely not! I'll demonstrate again.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
Slowly and carefully. And voila! Now it's your turn. Not terrible, but the Traveler's work was surprisingly good. That goes without saying. Still, credit where credit's due. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel de Boer's current menu. That's right. The true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. How's it going? Look at that!
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but...
6 point.
What?
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aww.
Me next! I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous one.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10?
Aww.
Now to the final dish.
So,
This is our
8 point.
darn.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10.
Huh? How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish.
Hey, you've been...
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square.
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining.
Chef Escoffier,
Oh, it's Hilaire. What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest.
And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events.
Firma,
I have not. Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Vermal?
I...
Do it again! Again! Again!
I...
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then Will I...
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica?
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea.
She sounds like the worst.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems...
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again! Do it again! Do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out, or get out of my kitchen!
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh, man.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
how can you give up so easily, Firma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes.
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Maybe Savannah was right.
Dad.
I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time?
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh, well, Paimon and Nadia will still keep practicing, just in case.
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs.
Actually, I thought maybe I could help.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to.
You do this for us?
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah?
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person.
Great! That's being sponsored?
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lot. That's not a bad idea, actually.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
So, this is what Chef Escoffier is truly capable of.
Wow.
I wish I could eat that all over again.
Guess I'm finally on the right path.
Wise. Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. But I can't find anything. It's just the copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Yeah, maybe. We were. At least I always... She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief. And the idea... I wonder if this is how Modeste felt. Yes, with... The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Boer and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound fame slowly drove him and Savelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks every turn, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Savelli. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, and that was it. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. Really? Let's hope that Savannah isn't all sizzle and no steak.
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest!
Mesdames et messieurs.
Savannah, I've brought the original copy of the Codex you asked for.
Monica?
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates.
As one of the judges...
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Boer cooking contest commence!
Monica, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
A dash of frosting! Yeah, that should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors. Stay calm, Escoffier. There has to be a way to balance the flavors. Just think.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, traveler!
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse! What are you playing at? That's not how I taught you to do it! Stop working around and do it again!
Yes, Chef!
Oh, tension in the ranks on Team Savannah. Will this slow their progress?
Goodness sakes, Savannah, what are you doing?
So, what do you think?
The balance of flavors is about right. But the quantity is too low.
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah's progress.
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
Enough! Useless! Both of you! Make like...
What are you doing, Escoffier? Your team's waiting on you.
Wow! Is Savannah serious? Can she really make up for lost time working alone?
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg. I was just exercising caution. I had to make sure everything was perfect.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
We both made the same dish after all.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10, only because there's something about the flavor of the base.
Huh?
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and...
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a gâteau for the ages.
How exciting!
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too.
It appears the decision is unanimous.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close.
Something's not right here.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cooking contest.
What? It's... Savannah?
No! That's an...
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table. It was Vanna Gem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. Isn't it more likely that ESCOFFIER'S lost her edge?
Judges, we demand a rematch.
That's enough! As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served, Savannah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex de Boer that much, you can have it. But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing.
All right, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Boer!
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is...
It's alright. Besides, it's not all bad. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place.
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening.
Oh, I knew.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us,
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hour. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes.
But what?
our best guess is...
And
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the rest of you.
Yeah! And
About that, we honestly have no idea how she did it.
Leone and Algalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cakes.
aggravated assault on my palate.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was forced. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. Whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans.
Food safety. Wait, you mean the Lumaline incident?
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
I know, it's terrible. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse. I...
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip-up? Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence, so you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that.
You mean...
Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have to take responsibility for your mistake. You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those contaminated ingredients came from. Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort to blackmail?
What happened to me? I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left.
Now that you mention it, but the difference was...
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so hung up on it. So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again.
Yeah, I'm thinking back on it now.
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier's shoes, but after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more unhinged. And at some point along the way...
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine.
Oh, for goodness sake. What a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't exist at all. Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd...
You'd think...
New head chef, you say?
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without Escoffier at the helm?
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm...
All this time, I've been
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma and his family.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I get back home.
Oh, nice! Macarons or...
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and genius. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come... I get cooking is a science, not magic. Of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more conscientious. I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection can only come from the hands of a genius. And come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Genius? Calling someone...
Why are we here so early? Check on her? Oh no, ESCOFFIER...
I'm fine. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here, or we could just grab a cup of coffee from
Coffee. Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up in your sleep when you get the chance. Wait, what investigate?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here.
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing, only to find an empty house with the doors wide open. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the Hotel de Bord. If she's not here...
Boss,
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this stuff in her house.
Oh.
Of course, from the Codex. Yeah, but I don't understand. The adventure logs in the Codex are too fragmented to be of any use.
The Codex de Bord?
Seriously?
Ugh, idiot.
Hold on.
It was you. It sounds like a threat letter.
Retrieve the Codex so the cooking contest and the cheating...
She's keeping the true recipe to herself.
First we thought that Savannah forced Monica to cheat in the cooking contest. But
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. Even the suggestion that ESCOFFIER was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your great...
we should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really...
place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it?
I think...
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party. Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance. Good.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guest.
We have to... See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them.
There is no time for that.
Oh.
A little amuse-bouche!
Blubber beasts or not, are we?
Trust me, they'll...
Oh, good question.
Yes, we can...
Hey, be careful! Scare them off too much and they might not come back again. Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The tracks turned back again. Oh, so annoying. A dash of frosting!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your...
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but... Hey, go scout ahead for me. Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident.
Ha! Don't be so self-righteous. You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her reputation hung over you. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place.
I am no Savelli.
Oh, You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest.
You're right.
Ooh.
I somehow doubt that.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too!
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You. I saw your dumb plan a mile off.
No.
You're a lousy chef, and you make a lousy villain too.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica.
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want. Escoffier and the
Monica!
A recipe! Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his gâteau de bourg. He and Savelli were fool. We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's right. I've done my research.
Will you listen to yourself?
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure. You'll see what a fool you've been.
Wait, what's...
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier.
Uh-oh, Savannah's gone too...
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward.
That's true.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. frozen by the explosion just now. Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping.
Dodge this!
A little amuse bouche.
Oh, so sorry.
Let it rain.
Goose on the loose. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. To the freezer! It seems to really like the texture of Rome Maritime flowers. A little amuse bouche. To the freezer!
Cool it! Water jet! Yeah!
I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and Romaritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. The
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modeste and Savelli!
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date. You really
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's death... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her...
No kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well, but...
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. Sad. The treasure of Remoria. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. He was praised as a genius. Modeste tried his best to console me. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. I told myself that maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli.
I always thought it was just a legend.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste?
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed, being the perfectionist that he was. But as he baked and taste-tested over and over again, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. Over the course of his many culinary experiments, the finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything. And because we had become estranged, I cannot be there. Yet despite everything...
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something.
So, Modeste chose to end also.
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. Did he hope I would... But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn shown to him by the history book. I cannot let... I will do what I must. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh?
So we thought...
The treasure of Remoria. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure... Oh, it's...
Monica?
Oh... Escoffier?
Savelli? So he came here after his friend's death and...
This can't be happening! All that...
Monica?
Oh, shut your pie hole!
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out! Attack!
Why is this place still shaking? Enough chit-chat.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no, you don't. If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're...
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Venejem!
What did you expect us to do?
We had to do something.
It was my fault. Escoffier had to leave. Come back, Escoffier.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other.
Huh?
Forget it. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot. But when it comes down to it, you're the one who's always doing whatever it takes to make sure the customers get served on time, every time.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left.
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I did to Firmont and to Escoffier, it's unforgivable.
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see you, Chef.
It's been a while, Chef
Firmont, I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you, but I'm too late.
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, it got Firmin thinking. And as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumaline the whole time.
No way!
It can. A small dose might simply make a person more emotional.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small. Well, there's...
You mean...
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so irritable this whole time!
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumaline. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize to every single person you've wronged.
I will. I'm sorry. Is it just... I mean, is it
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off.
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong. It all comes back to one simple, undeniable truth.
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3 years. And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months? You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my belt. Genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Learn from them and then keep chipping away until you crack the problem once and for all. Surely you haven't forgotten all that.
That's our head chef.
What up?
So you got your mojo back now?
Aw, friends again!
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch.
But that was mostly Monica's fault, wasn't it?
Right, and...
No excuse. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today.
Hey!
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in!
Quite rightly, too.
Oh yeah, look at that!
Now, where were we? I had two reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course, but the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to step down.
Improve!
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, nothing's off the table. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be... Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins?
What?
Half and the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Boer, revised version.
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanishem that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable level.
Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mystery surrounding the original Gâteau de Boer. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and the so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitwald. Don't forget, it was a very different era. And as for the Lumiline, even if Sibeli hadn't destroyed it all...
So after all that, feels strange to say about...
Hey!
Huh?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Did you see anything like this down there? Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value.
Wait!
If